Hello and welcome to News Central Now. I am Adebola Adedugba. The top stories at this hour. Attorney General urges International Criminal Court to end investigation of right abuses against Nigeria's army. Binational talks underway in South Africa as President Tinubu meets South African counterparts. U.S. President Joe Biden is in Angola, where he's scheduled to meet with President João Lourenço today. And details shortly. Let's begin by telling you that Nigeria's Attorney General and Minister of Justice, Prince Lateef Fagbemi, has called on the International Criminal Court, ICC, to end its prolonged investigation into the Nigerian military. And speaking at the 23rd session of the Assembly of State Parties to the Rome Statutes in Hague, Netherlands, Fagbemi highlighted Nigeria's commitment to justice and fight against terrorism. The Attorney General emphasized that Nigeria has consistently shown its dedication to confronting impunity and holding perpetrators of heinous crimes accountable. He noted that preliminary examination into alleged crimes in Nigeria has dragged on for 14 years, a situation he described as demoralizing for military personnel risking their lives in the fight against terrorism. Fagbemi reaffirmed Nigeria's status as a responsible state party to the Rome Statute, stating that the country has actively engaged with the ICC and upheld international humanitarian law. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, has announced recovery of its single largest asset to date, a sprawling estate in the Lokogoma district of Abuja. The estate, which spans 150,500 square meters and comprises 753 units of duplexes and other apartments, was forfeited following a court ruling on Monday. According to a statement released by the EFCC, the estate, located on plot 109, cadastral zone C09, was forfeited in a judgment delivered by Justice Jude Onwegbuezie. In his ruling, Justice Onwegbuezie noted that a former government official linked to the property failed to demonstrate that it was not acquired with proceeds of unlawful activities. The EFCC alleges the estate was built using funds from fraudulent activities and emphasized that its forfeiture is a key step in stripping the suspect of illegally acquired assets. And for more on this, we're joined by a public policy analyst and, of course, a former chairman, Inter-Party Advisory Council, and that's Peter Ame. Good afternoon. Glad to have you join me on the news.
Good afternoon.
Let me begin by asking what was your first impression when you heard of the news of the final forfeiture? Was it a surprise to you or not?
No, it's not a surprise because we have maintained that Nigeria has no revenue problem, Nigeria has no money problem. That what Nigeria has is corruption problem. And that corruption problem is the reason why a lot of our people are suffering. And that I've also maintained that this issue of EFCC trying to now work, like is a reactive measure, at the end of the tenure of each of these public officers. It does not really help Nigeria so much because we need to have a proactive system put in place by the EFCC and the ICPC to nip this process in the board, working with NFIU and making sure that this account, that monies are paid to, or the printing of our money by the CBN, or the disbursement of the cash by CBN to commercial banks. These processes must be a process that that will be made transparent and must be put before the Economic and Financial Crime and the ICPC. Because we cannot continue this way. 753 houses seized from one man. There are a lot of things, like this that are unknown to us. And see, public service, people working in private sector can't work and raise money to build houses. There's no federal mortgage system that is responsible enough that people can go and say that I'm earning 100,000, I will pay for the next 15 years and I will live in a 3-bedroom apartment. So we have a corruption problem, an indiscipline problem. And instead of government to concentrate on that, government is going on a white good chase because government must try to make sure that our corruption problem is resolved and that the leakages that allow such pilfering of our public wealth, of our common resources to be so used by one individual to acquire such monumental property should be nipped in the bud immediately.
Mr. Ame,
because we don't know
Talking about Nigerians and how people are perceiving this, particular issue, Nigerians have, expressed very mixed reactions about non-disclosure of the offender's identity. But some say it may not be absolute freedom yet because the matter could still go on appeal. Do you fear we may be rejoicing just too early?
So I don't think it's very early. What the EFCC have done is very bad. The court records are there. And the EFCC cannot say that they don't know the person that they are investigating. Because this embodying those who are corrupt. This helps to promote the culture of impunity and culture of corruption. Because naming and shaming is also part of the process. If you have your facts right, and the facts that you are presented before the FCT High Court are there, you are going to say present the same facts to the appeal court and the Supreme Court. Because you cannot, there are times that the Yahoo boys, or not these Yahoo boys who are actually also affecting the bringing culture of corruption to our system, are arrested and they are paraded like common criminals. They are paraded like those who have used their arm to rob people. So there should not be an exemption when it comes to anti-corruption crusade. Because what the FCC have done is to say there are bigger thieves that must be respected, which privacy must be respected. And that's not what is good for our society. If you look at where...
Well, I was just going to follow up with your line of thoughts there, but proceed. I was going to ask you... If you
look at countries that have achieved success, like China, like Singapore, South Korea, one of the first things that they did was to make sure that the issue of corruption has no scapegoating system, where some persons may be treated with a different interpretation of the law, while some are treated with very stringent interpretation of the law. So there's no scapegoating system is the problem that the ordinary Yahoo boy will face. But we must put a compressive system in place that those who have still stolen public funds, in normal community parlance, these are thieves. You can use whatever criminal terminology that is being used in public sphere to define, because when you take what does not belong to you, you are stealing that what belongs to all of us. And the reason why Nigeria's economy is not booming, why the industrialization is not moving, is that resources that are meant to invest in this side so that young people can get jobs are not being invested. And we cannot continue. So we need to solve our corruption problem. We need to solve the leakages that are in our government. And we need to make sure that this such crime against our people does no longer happen, because it is uncalled for. And I think people who carry out such level of stealing should be made to go through psychiatric evaluation, because this is a mental disease. There's nobody who needs any of this kind of resources. Nobody. I can say it anywhere. Even if it's your best, those who have made money like Big Gate and Co., you find that they are giving half of the money to charity, because none of this money we live after one particular generation. So it is better that you live an egalitarian spirit in a society where you must have contributed diligently to promote the system of equity, the system of growth and system of development, so that you can write your name on the sign of time like people like Jack Conde have done in Lagos. So it is unfortunate that we have this kind of system, and it is unfortunate that EFCC did not name the persons that is actually being questioned. But it is not no longer a secret. People already know that when monies are printed, when instructions are given for money to be burnt in the CBN, those who are the aim of affairs of this organization have personally, taken this money to enrich their personal pocket rather than to do what is right. And the cost of inflation today, the cost of our dropping of GDP today, are also as a result of some of this reckless sense of financial aggrandizement.
Talking about EFCC, let's narrow down on their recent history. The forfeiture of 753 duplexes is a feat in quite some measure, you may agree. Can you identify anything whatsoever done differently to make sure this case wasn't thrown out of court? And also, for want of diligent prosecution, which we often see at times.
I think I know the case is already very well tightly knitted before EFCC could present this case, because you have to prove the source of this income. And from what the judge has said, that the person involved have not proved that there's speculation in public cycle, not from News Central, but it's public cycle that these places belong to the former central bank governor, that the person has not proven enough that he has worked privately without taking government money to build this resources, to build this estate of 753 houses. But what EFCC should do is what they're already doing. This is not the first time EFCC is getting judgment about forfeiture. They have been doing it. The only thing we have to say is that this estate should not be made to go to waste or to dilapidate beyond repair or beyond use before they decide to allocate it to hard-working Nigerians who work in the ministry of any ministry in Nigeria, who are public servants, who cannot have access to such edifice within the Federal Capital Territory. This should be given to them directly. We should not wait, because there are a lot of cars, there are a lot of property that are also being seized by EFCC that we no longer have access to, and we don't know where it is. The public must continue to engage the EFCC. The public must get involved with the EFCC, and the EFCC must continue to do its job and also reinvent itself by, like I said, not being reactive but being proactive. Because this level of stealing no country can prosper with this level of stealing. No country can create an enabling environment for people to be gainfully employed with this kind of public stealing. This is stealing by what they call it, like fella call it, authority stealing, and we must make sure that this case is prosecuted to the full extent of the law by making sure that the public outcry, the citizens' advocacy and engagement with the EFCC continue to be a 24 hours issue, so that we don't go to sleep and then wake up that there's a new arrangement between the government and those who own the property to go with half of it and give half to government. This is what we should do as citizens. Citizen engagement is key. Citizen participation in this process is also key. And the EFCC will know that we also are watching them, and that they should quickly, pursue this case to a logical conclusion, and also auction these houses at the barest minimum cost to those who are interested, who are Nigerians, whose salaries are below 500,000 naira a month. There's no way they should auction it to anybody who is above that, and then give it so that Nigerians can know that they can also enjoy the resources that has been given to their fatherland. These are my very honest advice.
It's interesting apologies for butting there, Mr. Ahmed. It's interesting you touched on public outcry. Now let's look at public morality, which seems to be non-existent today in Nigeria, in light of how people have to wait for legal procedures before they own up to what they have done. How much damage does this do to our society?
The moral fabric of our society has actually been broken to the extreme level, because you are there, you are doing very hard work. You wake up every morning, you read your script, you come, you read, you cast news, and you do invest, and then you get paid, and then get whatever you want. In those days, in the 70s and 60s, a lot of people in your community will honor you for your hard labor. But today, somebody could just get elected into the House of Reps, the House of Assembly, and steal public fund, and then go back to communities, and you find out that they roll out on talking drums and all that on the behalf of the person. The society has also contributed to the decay that we're experiencing in our moral fabric today, because the society has been so broken. Because you can't take a sampling from outside the society. Whatever sampling we are taking is within the spectrum of those who are Nigerians. And when you take a sampling from that, and every sampling you are taking and you are putting in government's part, is that there's something wrong generally with our moral attitude. Our people also have encouraged corruption. When you come with 5 convoys, 20 convoys, they say you have capacity. When you come with intellectual prowess and you try to speak English, they say only English they speak. So the people too are at a fault in some essence. So we must all come together and agree it's time to save this country from the spiral downward, they call it fall that is currently expressing.
And that's a fine place to wrap up. I wish we had more time. Thank you so much for your time on the news. Peter Ame, public policy analyst, former chairman, Inter-Party Advisory Council. Many thanks indeed. After the break, in Plateau State, Gowon Obasanjo tasked citizens not to promote conflict. Details shortly. Join us again. Thank you for staying with us. Stakeholders in Nigeria's public sector have rejected the proposed amendment of the nation's Procurement Act, suggesting stricter penalties for contractors who delay or abandon projects in the country. And this was during a public hearing on a bill to amend the nation's Procurement Act, which was held in the nation's House of Representatives. Our correspondent, Idong Joseph, tells us more.
The prevalence of delays and abandonment of public projects by contractors in Nigeria has become a significant source of worry. While this has prompted calls for effective legislation to address and resolve these challenges, Nigeria's House of Representatives during a public hearing says that an amendment to existing Procurement Act, which calls for stricter penalties on contractors who fail to comply with their contract terms, is apt.
This culture of project delays preceded the current problem of inflation and devaluation. Hence, it is a problem that we now must address from a legislative perspective. The instant problem impacts governance in Nigeria and has affected our ability to deliver the dividends of democracy to the Nigerian people.
However, stakeholders at the hearing expressed varying opinions, insisting that such penalties already exist.
It is my considered opinion that the proposed amendment is not necessary, as this has been adequately provided for in all general conditions of contract and standard bidding documents as a matter of practice. This is in line with best global practice. I have come with original documents by FIDIC to address this point.
The Bureau therefore recommends that the committee should rather help in the proper implementation and enforcement of the existing laws by ensuring that funds for contracts awarded should be provided as and when due.
Lawmakers say that the Act will be reviewed in a bid to embrace efficiency and accountability in government's contractual process. In Abuja for News Central, I am Idonk Joseph.
Nigerians have been challenged to eschew acts capable of causing chaos in the society. This advice came from the former head of state, General Yakubu Gowon, and former President Olusegun Obasanjo during the first ever Interdenominational Unity Christmas Carol and Praise Festival in Jos, the capital city of Plateau State. Our correspondent, Shizoba Ananwe, completes the report.
What the Lord has done for me, it shall be permanent.
It was the very first interdenominational Christmas Carol organized by the government of Plateau State. It was aimed at enthroning peace in the state, following many years of violent attacks in and around Plateau. The event brought these elder statesmen together, including former governors of the state, irrespective of their socio-cultural differences.
Certainly it pains me so much that we've been having series of unfortunate incidences as if killing one another, whether you're a Christian, whether you're a Muslim, or whatever. Now, that should stop. I hope that this will be part of the addition of the effort, of His Excellency, the Governor, to ensure that there is peace on the plateau. But let us say that it is not only peace on the plateau, peace in Nigeria.
God gave us that commonality of nature. And He gave us commonality of aspiration. But then, my desire should not eclipse your desire. We have fought many battles. For many years, we have been at war with ourselves and have opened the floodgates for others to attack us. But the time has come, and the time is now, when we must come together as a people, united in purpose, and by the grace of God, we will get to that promised land.
Some others believe this event is a step in the right direction, while calling for it to be sustained.
Organizing this by government shows that the government first is ready to promote peace and tranquility, and also to unite the people.
We have taken time to pray for Plateau, and this is the culmination of it.
So it's a welcome development, and I pray that we'll continue to have this kind of communion annually.
Other dignitaries present at the event included the First Lady of Plateau State, Helen Motfwang, the Deputy Governor, Josephine Pio, Senator Jonah Jang, former Governor Joshua Darie, and other members of the Plateau State Executive. In Jos for New Central, Chizoba Amiori.
Let's also tell you that an early fire incident has razed down about 50 shops at a popular Bayantasha market in Damaturu, the Yobe state capital. According to an eyewitness, the incident started at about 2 a.m. on Tuesday morning when electricity was restored in the area at the time all the shop owners had closed. However, the swift response of the federal and state fire services helped in quenching the fire from further destruction. Although there was no loss of life, already the response team of the State Emergency Management Agency is on the ground taking stock of property destroyed and a number of shops affected. Still on natural disaster story, traders counting their losses at the popular Trade Mall estate in Abuja after a market in the estate was completely destroyed by fire. According to eyewitnesses at the scene, the fire started from a sparking bulb in one of the shops, which gradually escalated out of control and turned into an inferno. Our correspondent Joshua Imarayo was there and now reports.
Morning fire that engulfed the market in Trade Mall, one of Abuja's popular estates, destroyed properties worth millions of naira. As traders were seen trying to clear the debris and salvage anything of value, an eyewitness spoke to New Central Television, describing the suspected case of fire.
Actually, I was in my shop. I was sleeping. It was around 3 o'clock in the night. So I hear my guys, my people, where they stay together there, because almost the guys where they stay for their shops because of insecurity. So as I hear the shout, they are saying, break that place, break that. I was thinking of thief. So as I eventually I come out, I discovered that it's fire for one of Bendo shop down.
From the report, there is no casualty. But as you can see, the properties reaching, let's say, about some millions of naira were lost from here.
For traders here in Trade Mall Estate, the case has been the one of tears, loss, and agony. On my right-hand side are kegs of ground oil that is valued at 100,000 naira in the market. And on my left-hand side are tubers of yam, kitchen utensils, and bags of rice that has been damaged by the fire. The big question remains the same. Who will come to the aid of these traders who have lost their entire livelihood to this inferno?
The labor I've been laboring for so many years. I could not bring any pin out. It's so devastating. I just talk, preparing for Christmas sales. I'm not able to bring anything out. I'm down to zero.
All my 3 shops, I didn't bring anything. I did more than 20 million in that shop. I don't know where I will start. I don't know. In only one shop, you cannot make a step to that shop. My plastic shop, I just go market for Suleja. Maybe Suleja people, if they are hearing me, they will know I go market on Thursday for Suleja. I stored there. I never said anything. Everything is stored there. 3 freezer, many things. I don't know.
The tears on the faces of those affected tell the story pervading the atmosphere. Some of the traders are calling on government and well-meaning individuals to come to their aid during this trying time of need. In Abuja for New Central, I am Joshua Imarayi.
The former governors of Abia, Edo, and Kebbi states have lauded Nigeria's former president, Olusegun Obasanjo, for the administration of local government councils under his watch. They say that there is a need to address an evident decline of governance at this tier of government. And this was during a national dialogue on local government administration and constitution amendments which they were unanimous in supporting financial autonomy for local government councils. Our correspondent, Idong Joseph, tells us more.
The state of local government councils in Nigeria has remained a significant concern. Despite being fundamental to grassroots development, these councils suffer from inefficiency, corruption, and a lack of autonomy. The recent Supreme Court judgment on financial autonomy for local government councils has appeared to be a ray of hope in troubled waters, expected to address this worrisome issue. At this dialogue organized by the House of Representatives Committee on Constitutional Review, former governors of Abia, Edo, and Kebbi states say local government areas were better managed under the administration of former President Olusegun Obasanjo.
President Obasanjo was vehemently that there should be separation of power. By then you can see a councillor, a supervisory councillor, giving contracts to construct culverts. This is not what I'm seeing today.
Even the opposition party, by then, when won quite a number of councillors, they didn't win chairmanship position.
Was that deliberate?
Hold on. They didn't win chairmanship position, but they won over 30 councilorships.
While they expressed strong support for the recent Supreme Court ruling granting financial autonomy to local government councils, some raised questions about its expected outcome.
If I have to say, the judgment of the Supreme Court is amendment of the Constitution. Nobody should go anything. The National Assembly have no reason to amend any section of the Constitution. We do respect his lordship.
So freedom, autonomy to do what? Autonomy to take what the governor used to take is now to be taken by council chairman. If so, what will change?
As discussions on constitutional amendments continue, many believe that empowering local governments with fiscal and administrative autonomy will be crucial in fostering sustainable developments at the grassroots.
We must advocate for greater financial autonomy for local governments by ensuring that they receive adequate funding directly from federal allocations without excessive state control.
The governors are keen to collaborate with stakeholders, including development partners, civil society, and other arms of government to translate this autonomy into tangible improvements in the lives of our people.
The dialogue reflects the growing demand for systemic changes that could revitalize local governments as an essential component of Nigeria's administrative structure. In Abuja for News Central, I am Idong Joseph.
Nigerian President Bola Tinubu has arrived at Ten Hayes Parliament in Cape Town for the South Africa-Nigerian bilateral meeting. President Tinubu was received by his counterpart, President Cyril Ramaphosa. The BNC deliberation will be across 8 working groups, each focusing on specific area of mutual interest, and this include political consultations, consular and migration, banking and finance, defense and security, manufacturing, social sector, mines and energy, trade and investment. Let's now cross live to South Africa, where President Bola Tinubu is meeting with his South African counterpart to take part in the 11th session of the Nigeria-South Africa Binational Commission.
For our two countries, for more meaningful economic cooperation. South Africa has always been open for Nigerian businesses, and this has been reflected in a number of investment and operations established in this country as well. But there is much more that we need to do in this regard. We need to remove the remaining constraints to greater investment, just as we need to address some of the challenges that companies experience. We are encouraged by the actions that are being taken under your leadership, Your Excellency, to further strengthen and foster business environment in Nigeria that offers assurances to investors, including from South Africa. Our government continues with its efforts to improve the ease of doing business in South Africa. We want to enable investors to promote and operate their businesses in a manner that will enable them to promote and operate their businesses in a manner that will enable them to pursue various opportunities in various sectors of the economy. We look forward to seeing more Nigerian companies investing in South Africa. In fact, we want to see Nigerian products on the shelves of South African shops. Our efforts to create a favorable environment include our simplified visa process for Nigerian business people to travel to South Africa. Qualifying Nigerian business people can be granted a 5-year multiple entry visa. In addition, tourists from Nigeria are now able to apply for a visa without even submitting a passport. We expect that this 11th session of our Binational Commission will enable us to consolidate cooperation in a number of other areas. And we need to implement the many decisions that have already been taken between us to follow up progress that has been achieved. Nigeria is South Africa's largest trading partner in West Africa. However, there is much more opportunity that is there for growth. The African Continental Free Trade Area will allow our two countries to trade in a more seamless manner across a variety of products. And this is the time for us to seize the opportunity to begin robust trading between Nigeria and South Africa. Because our two countries are important countries in various respects in our regions on the African continent. We are also important in terms of our voice in the international arena as Nigeria and South Africa. As responsible members of the community of nations, we ought to be concerned about the future of our global system of governance. In an increasingly volatile environment globally, we are witnessing the erosion of the principles that underpin the peaceful conduct of relations amongst nations with respect to law and order and the development of our societies. Multilateralism is under threat. The rise of impunity, unilateralism, conflict and war highlights the urgent need for the reform of the United Nations Security Council and other global institutions. The Global South needs to lead efforts to achieve an international system that is fair,
And those are live feeds from the 11th session of Nigeria-South African bilateral meeting holding in Cape Town, South Africa. You may have heard the President of South Africa, and that's Cyril Ramaphosa, talking about Nigeria being South Africa's largest trading partner in West Africa. And now we'll cross live to Abuja, where the Federal Capital Territory Minister is set to launch the construction of the Kabusa-Takushara Access Road, connecting the Kabusa community to Takushara in Abuja.
This project, sir, it will enhance and improve the economic and socio-economic activities here. It will connect the communities and improve safe and comfortable route and provide safe and comfortable route for both vehicle and pedestrians, as well as allow free movement of agricultural products from the hinterlands into the city. Sir, as you were coming, I'm sure you saw the large population that are in Kabusa, and it's a large population to feed. But in the hinterland, there's a lot of agricultural product. In the course of the development of this project, there will be job creation, both direct and indirect. After the construction, when it's done, it will provide a quick and timely response to emergencies when they arise, and even quick access to health services. The scope of works includes the site clearance and earthworks, which has already begun. We have culverts, both pipe and box culverts, cross culverts across the road, and others to provide access to other roads and to properties. Trapezoidal drains, concrete trapezoidal drains will be provided on both sides of the road, and the road itself is a 7-meter carriageway of 2 lanes with shoulders on both sides, 1.5-meter surface-dressed shoulders. We have stone base for the road pavement with 2 layers of asphalt, that is binder and wearing course. Within communities, we will also have solar power lights, street lights, and this will help to eliminate and improve the security in these areas. Sir, the contractor is Messrs. IAC Allied Technical and Construction Company. Work commenced about 2 weeks ago, as soon as you gave the directive, and the contractor is mobilized. Earthworks have started, and other works will follow. The project is expected to be completed within 6 months. Your Excellency, you are most welcome, and we thank you for this opportunity. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much indeed. The acting EFCC, Engineer Richard Yunana Dauda, has given us an overview of the project. It is going to be a road with shoulders, of course, to ensure that people are not parking on top of each other, and also we have street lights, and the community responded with a loud applause. Your Excellency, before you arrived, we literally had a mini party here to welcome you and enjoy your celebration for the project. The Kabusa community is excited and have been dancing to local music here. I salute the Kabusa community. Kuima Minister Tapi. Also, the brass band have been performing very well. We congratulate the brass band. Well done. Your Excellencies, we have heard what the road would look like. The Honorable Minister of the FCT, convener for this flag off, has many sobriquets, including Mr. Infrastructure and Mr. Development. But the Honorable Minister of the FCT is a man who holds contractors on any FCT project accountable. His style is to make the contractors, each and every one, commit to completing the contract in full public glare. Today, Allied Technical and Construction Company Limited have been awarded the contract for the construction of the Kabusa-Takushara Road. Let's welcome their representative, Engineer Naim Raful, project manager, to come and give the contractor's commitment. Please encourage him as he makes his way. It's a long walk. Thank you.
His Excellency Senator Ahmed Bola Tinubu, GCFR, President, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, Federal Republic of Nigeria, Honorable Minister of the FCT, His Excellency Barrister Nyesom Wike, also known as Mr. Project. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to stand on the existing protocol. Today marks a significant milestone in the development of our community as we gather here to flag off the construction of Kabusa-Takushara Road. This project is not just a road, it's a testament to what visionary leadership, collaboration, and commitment to the welfare of the people can achieve. I begin by expressing my profound gratitude to His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, whose renewed hope agenda continues to inspire transformative progress across our nation. Your unwavering dedication to infrastructure and development and economic progress is a beacon of hope for all Nigerians. I also extend my heartfelt appreciation to the Honorable Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, His Excellency Barrister Nyesom Wike, also known as Mr. Project. Sir, your reputation for delivering impactful projects precedes you, and your resolve to transform the FCT is evident in this initiative. Your leadership continues to inspire us to aim higher and achieve more. To the CEO of IAC, Dr. Ifeanyi Clement Okorie, I salute your vision, drive, and commitment to this project. Your contributions are a clear demonstration of how private sector partnership can drive national development. Thank you for your unwavering support in making this project a reality. As a project manager, Engineer Naim Raful, entrusted with this critical assignment, I assure you all, our esteemed leaders, stakeholders, and the good people of Kabusa and Takushara, that we will execute this project with utmost professionalism and adherence to the highest standards. We understand the importance of this road in improving mobility, fostering economic activities, and enhancing the quality of life of the residents. We will not fail. This project will be a model of efficiency and excellence, delivered on time and to the satisfaction of all. Let this road stand as a symbol of progress, unity, and the power of collaboration to achieve great things. Ladies and gentlemen, let us all join hands to support and celebrate this new chapter in the development of this community. Together, we are building a brighter and better future for all. Thank you, and God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
We thank the project manager for IAC for understanding that the Honourable Minister's vision, his vision is that of leadership, strategy, and legacy. And for coming along on this project, having been awarded and understanding that the minister would hold you accountable, especially because he has said so at every project. This one will not be different. Please give the contractors to the project a round of applause. They understand the assignment. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, would like to shout out to students of the Government Senior Secondary School, Kabusa, whose permanent site is used as our project site today. They are all dressed up in their blue uniforms. Let's give them a round of applause. They are learning leadership. Our next speaker is one who is determined and intentional, and she has the onerous task of being appreciative of stakeholders who have gathered here to support the Honourable Minister in this commissioning. Today, we ask that you give a warm Kabusa welcome to the Head of Service, Honourable Grace Adailo, who is going to make her way to deliver the vote of thanks for this event. Please be seated. My apologies. Thank you, Honourable Minister, sir. I would like at this point, before we get to the vote of thanks, to invite very quickly, and I'd like to apologize to Honorable Abdurrahman Ajia. Honorable Abdurrahman is representing the good people of Abuja South in the House of Representatives. Please help me welcome Honorable Abdurrahman Ajia to deliver his goodwill message. Thank you.
Your Excellency, Chief Barrister Ezen Uke, the Minister of FCT, former members of the National Assembly here present, particularly my brother, Senator Philip Tanimu Aduda, all other protocol duly observed. May the peace and blessing of God be upon all of us. I want to start by appreciating the Almighty God for giving us the good health and opportunity to witness the flagging of ceremony of the construction of Kuba Takushara Access Road. I want to sincerely appreciate Mr. President. I want to specifically appreciate Mr. President. Mr. President have made a very good choice for the people of FCT as a minister. What we are witnessing today in FCT, to be candid, is unprecedented. You are indeed a gift to the people of FCT. This road construction will help in so many ways. The importance of this road construction can never be overemphasized. It will help in tackling security challenges, quick response to security challenges. Our economic activities along this axis will improve, and even the development aspect of it can never be oversized. Mr. Minister, for me, as a member representing the good and wonderful people of FCT, I will always give you all our maximum cooperation. FCT is for us all, and that is why, regardless of where the occasion is taking place, I'm always there, because after your tenure, I am sure we stand to benefit more. Mr. Minister, thank you for all you have been doing, and I will look forward to seeing more of this project. Thank you, and God bless you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Ajia. Let's give him another round of applause. Thank you so much. You will be standing right behind the Honorable Minister as he continues to dish out goodies to the good people of the FCT. We thank you for your goodwill message. They say to err is human and to forgive is divine, and I know that the head of service of the FCT has already forgiven me for that slight slip a while ago. It's now time for us to invite her to come and deliver her vote of thanks. This is her assignment, and she will do it as God has chosen her. Give the head of service a round of applause as she makes her way, please. Thank you very much.
The Honorable Minister of FCT, Barrister Nelson Wike, CON, our brother Senator Tanimu Philip Aduda, the former senator representing FCT, our brother Honorable Ajia representing the South, the acting executive secretary of Federal Capital Territory, Engineer Richard Yunana, the MD, the managing director of the construction company, Dr. Ifeanyi Clement Okore, chairman of the FCT Civil Service Commission, all the chairman of 6 area councils across FCT, the SSA to the Honorable Minister on admin, manager secretaries, coordinators, permanent secretaries, and all the invited guests, members of the press. Good afternoon, sir. Agbadi Felea, Fiazeri. Thank you. On behalf of the Honorable Minister of FCT, His Excellency, Barrister Nelson Wike, CON. Indeed, today is another historic moment in the annals of the infrastructural development of the Federal Capital Territory, being spearheaded by our capacity boss, Mr. Project. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the importance of this road cannot be ever overemphasized. As an indigenous of FCT, I am aware that the residents of Kabusa and Takushara had the years prayed and longed earnestly for the construction of this road. But today, we give God all the glory for answering our prayers. Furthermore, it is our strong conviction that the residents of Kabusa and Takushara communities will ever remain eternally grateful to His Excellency for bringing development which was lost right to the doorsteps on a platter gold. This is the first time we are having a minister that has prioritized infrastructural development both in FCT, both the satellite towns, and as well as the area councils. Honorable Minister, sir, posterity will never forget your large heart for humanity. We are so grateful, sir. On this note, I wish to thank everybody for making out time to grace this occasion, particularly the associate and the friends of Honorable Minister, management staff of FCT administration, members of the local organizing community, security agencies, traditional rulers, religious bodies, members of the media, the contractor, and every other stakeholders. On this note, I wish all of us a safe trip back to our destinations. God bless you.
We thank the head of service for that warm vote of thanks to all stakeholders who have come, especially the associates of the Honorable Minister who are here gathered in their numbers, particularly former senators who are always there to provide the support, and of course the party leader who has also joined us, and all his friends and well-wishers. We thank you very much. Today is the official flag-off ceremony of the construction of Kabusa Takushara Access Road in the FCT. Anything else you hear or read is not correct. This is what we are doing today. Official flag-off ceremony of the construction of Kabusa Takushara Access Road in the FCT. And we are here live. And we see all the area council chairmen who are stakeholders to this project gathered, especially Chairman Amak, with all his other colleagues who are here from Abaji, Kwali, Gwagwalada. They are all gathered here because they believe in the vision of the FCT minister. The man we are about to invite up is a man whose duties are very close to his heart. Since he began this lineup of flag-offs and commissionings in the FCT, Abuja is continuously wearing a new look. Everywhere you turn, everywhere you look. Honorable Minister, sir, we are truly grateful in the FCT for these various things that are going on here. On my part, I say, je te remercie, monsieur. Thank you, sir. When we started these projects, a very close relation of mine decided that the only way to describe what is going on is Wike is working. Honorable Minister, sir, since our break, I've kept my ear to the ground, in the press, on street corners, and everywhere. You have now added a new name for your infrastructural development from that very close family friend of mine. And he says, the new infrastructural development ideology for the FCT is now called Wikism. Wikism is a new word in our infrastructural lexicon for development. So if you go to any other part of the country and there's infrastructural development going on, you are like, they borrowed the ideology, Wikism. So I need you to pay attention to that. The FCT Minister, Ezenwo Wike, remains an enigma to many people. But what you cannot take away from him is his appetite for work and infrastructural development. Coming straight out of being a team member on the President's team in France, would like to welcome the man who is now fired and energized for more work to enable Abuja and FCT look like the city of his dreams. Help me give a warm welcome to the Honorable Minister of the FCT, Ezenwo Wike.
Of the Abuja South in the House of Representatives, Honorable Abuja, the zonal chairman of APC South, our dear brother Chief Victor Tombari Giadom, distinguished senators here, particularly the home senator, the only senator. The only senator FCT has had, and the senator who connects to the people. The senator who speaks what the people understand. Senator Philip Tanimu Adudwa. Adabora Senator Mao Habuwa, Senator Magnus Inge Abe, who are all here with us. The coordinators of the satellite town and Abuja municipal areas, the area council chairman, particularly our chief host, the chairman of AMAC, the mandate secretaries, permanent secretaries of service, chairman, civil service commission, chief of staff, the Group Managing Director of Abuja Investment Company, SS Administration, our traditional rulers, our dear leaders who are here, heads of security agencies that are here, our dear women, and our good people of Kabusa and Takushara, and our dear students who have come out in their numbers, our dear youth, gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen. Let me apologize and say this. It is not in our culture, and this will be the last time we see this happen. Nobody should bring students out of their school to line up on the road. We will not accept that any longer. Our students cannot
What we are doing is what we are supposed to do. And so we will not accept where our students, our children are subjected to line up on the street to receive us. I want to please appeal to the principal or principals of the various schools not to allow that to happen next time. Our children deserve the best. They deserve the best. Let me say this clearly. What we are doing today is what the Renewed Hope agenda is all about. Give hope back to our people. I'm sure the people of Kabusa and Takushara, they have lost hope that this road will not be done. But to the glory of God, about the coming in of the President Bola Tinubu, it's a different story. Government is no longer being concentrated at the city. Government has come back to the grassroots. That is all about the New Hope agenda. I want to ask the people of Kabusa and Takushara, have you seen any government here before? The people of Kabusa and Takushara, let the world hear you today. Has any government come here today before? In essence, you are saying that it is only Ahmed Bola Tinubu's administration that you have seen today. Is that correct? So let Nigerians hear that once the government has made a promise, the government is obliged to fulfill the promise. Is that not correct? One of the promises Mr. President made is that, look, all of you in the satellite town, don't think that government is all about cities. We will also turn the satellite towns to be cities. And one of the things to do is to construct roads for you. And I can assure you, it is not about flagging up projects. In the next 6-7 months, I want to assure you we are going to commission this project. And for the first time, roads are constructed in the rural areas, and we are going to provide street light. It has never happened before. So I thank you that you are giving us support, and we are not going to fail you. The government of Ahmed Bola Tinubu will not fail you. If I cannot support a government that is not serious, I cannot support a government that will make promise without fulfilling promise. I'm supporting this government because I know the government of Ahmed Bola Tinubu will fulfill the promise that he has made. And I'm happy. But for the government of Ahmed Bola Tinubu, I wouldn't have known where it's called Kabusa and Takushara. Tomorrow, we are going to Kabusa to Keti. So today we are doing Kabusa Takushara. Tomorrow we are going to do Kabusa Keti. Don't allow anybody to come and tell you stories again. Do you understand me? When they come, ask them, when you were there, did you remember Kabusa Takushara? When you were there, did you remember Kabusa Keti? Government is seen as believing. Is not so? I want to assure you that They said this is a school, is it not?
Yes, sir.
Is it a school?
Yes, sir.
My brother, I'm not going to lie. I will not accept this. I will not accept this as a school for people to have quality education. And therefore, there will be immediate upgrading of this school to be what the school is supposed to be. Mr. President comes here and sees that this is a school our children are learning, I will lose my job. And I don't want to lose my job. And therefore, this school, we are going to make you to be happy, to be what a proper school is supposed to be. And under the emergency, we must put the school back to what a school is supposed to be. For whatever it is, God has blessed this country, and we must not suffer. Our children must not suffer. Our children must get the best, and that's what the administration of Ahmed Tinubu is all about. Yes, we have not gotten to where we want to go to, but there is hope by the grace of God. With your prayers, with your support, we'll get to the destination Nigeria wants us to be. And let me say, thank you, chairman, the chairman of AMAC. Let me say clearly, I'm not here for party. I'm here for the people of Kabusa and Tagushera. I'm here for the residents of Abuja. Your chairman has been on my neck. Before I traveled out on Wednesday, he came to see me. He brought lists of roads. I said, all these roads you are bringing, which one have you done? I said, my friend, go back. I've agreed we are doing Saburi. I've agreed we are doing day to life camp. I've agreed we are going to do Kabusa Takushera. I've agreed we are going to also do Kabusa Keti. Have you not tried? Have you not tried? So when the time comes, you do for me, I do for you. Not so. This job we are doing is like a contract. Not so. You do for me. So don't listen to people who have never come to see you before. Don't listen to people who will bring propaganda for nothing. Listen to people who have made promise to you and they are fulfilling the promise. Has any minister come here before? No. Has any minister come here before? No. Is it your first time of seeing a minister? Yeah. This same minister will come back. Yeah. And so, when you see the minister come back to you, will you not listen to him? Yeah. Will you listen to him? Yeah. So, that's how life is. There's no propaganda. If you remember me, I remember you. Not so. Now we have remembered you. Will you not remember us? God bless your father. The contractor, make sure you employ our people. Great job for them. Give them to do some supplies where they can get money and feed their families. Not so. We have mobilized you. Mobilization took place during this dry season. Not so. I I don't want to hear rain started yesterday or tomorrow. As I gave you money, use the money. Whether rain or sun, do the road for Kabusa to Takushara. Not so. I don't want to hear say we didn't know that rain would start on time. We too, you have to return our money back. So that when the rain stops, we'll give you the money. Not so. So contractor, make sure you do your work. And I can assure you, there's no problem of delay of payment. Money has been made available for this job to be completed on time. And we don't want our people to suffer. The Renewed Hope agenda has made promise to Nigerians. Yes, all of us expect things to turn around. Be assured, be patient. Things will naturally turn around for the betterment of our people. That's what I can assure you. We came back this morning and I said, we will not say because we came back this morning, we will not flag off this project. No. We owe you that duty to serve you and give you good service. And I thank you for coming out. Chief of Staff, I know the Mandate Secretary of Education has traveled to Saudi Arabia. Please call the Director of Procurement, make sure they come back to this school and do everything we can to give them the best because they deserve it. I thank all of you. Continue to pray for Mr. President. Good things will come out. Will you pray for him? Will you pray for him? All those warrior people, don't listen to them. Oh. All those lie people, don't listen to them. We are ready to do everything for you. Abuja people, this is the first time you are having a head of service. Not so. Abuja people, this is the first time you are having a permanent secretary. Abuja people, this is the first time you are having mandate secretaries. Has the president not done well? Everything you requested from Mr. President, he has given you. What again do you want? You say you want head of service, they gave you. You want? Hold on. You say you want mandate secretary. Hold on. Hold on. Let me tell you something. I agree with you. Without road, can you go to farm? Without road, can you bring your products out? That is a way to reduce hunger. I agree with you. Hunger did not start today. And that's why we are fighting to stop hunger. And if we continue to support the government, we will stop this hunger. So first thing first, insecurity. Without road, even when somebody comes out to attack you, can security men come here? So we are started. Every problem cannot be solved at the same time. Now there is hope. What's important in one's life is there's hope. When there's no hope, are you alive? But when there's hope, you are alive. After all the governments that have been there since, have they remembered you? Now that we have started, they have hope that more things will come. We'll talk about school here. Was that a government before? Did they talk about the school? So things will change. Small will catch a monkey. Not so. Small will catch a monkey. We're almost there. I know how you feel. And I can assure you, everything is done to make sure that we survive. Part of the hunger is because of insecurity. You can't go to farm. Kidnappers and bandits will not allow you to go to farm. Not so. Now we are fighting them. We are going to show them pepper. Do you understand me? We are going to show them pepper. So, don't worry. I know how what you have suffered. I know how impatient you are. Don't be like that turtle that has been in the pit latrine for years. Remember that particular day they will say, turtle will bring you out. He said, if you don't bring me out now, I will die today. But the turtle has been there for 20 years. Now we have started. Note that hope has come back. And that's the essence of the New Hope agenda. I thank all of you. On that note, I invite you to join us as a flag of this very important road of Kabusa, Takushara, to the glory of God. Thank you, and God bless you.
Very much. Honorable Minister makes his way to the excavator and the heavy equipment as a symbol for flagging off this project, and his supporters are going to be around him. I'd like to urge that as we make our way, we watch our cameras and the cables that have been put in place to ensure that this goes out as planned.